Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Storytale Cakes. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make a super adorbs baby shower cake. We will be learning how to make a fondant bow tie, fondant baby elephant topper, and how to perfectly add stripes onto your cake. So let's get started. So the cake that I currently have is from the previous tutorial. If you want to know how to make the silver sheen look, I'll have a detailed tutorial up here for you to learn how to make that. Now we're going to add stripes onto the cake, like blue stripes all around the cake. And I know you're probably thinking, girl, why do we need to learn how to make that? Isn't it just like adding stripes onto the cake? I completely get you, because when I first started making cakes, I would just like pretty much put stripes and wing it the way I go, roll out some fondant and then just slap it onto the cake. But I'd find that I would never get my stripes evenly distributed around the cake. So this is a hack for you to avoid this from happening. You just need some baking paper, preferably like really wide one. Actually, you do need it wide. Not this long though. I'm just gonna kind of put it in half. I think in half it again, so it's half it again. Right. So, like that. And I'm just going to snip away one long stripe. And don't throw these out because you can use it to line your cake tins. So now we have a really long strip of baking paper, and what we're going to do is just wrap it around the cake. Just wrap it around until we get the points meet. I'm just going to trim it off here, right there, because that's where they meet. So you get it nice like that. And then you're going to take it out. And with this is a super cool hack. We're going to fold it in half. And then again. And then again, and then the last one, just like this. So this is super cool because now we can open it up. Ta-da! We have this awesome template guide, so we know exactly where to put our blue stripes. So I put it all the way around the cake now. I'm able to see where I want to add my stripes. And what I probably recommend doing is just taking some pins to pin it down. The next thing you want to do is measure the size of each stripes. Mine was about 3.5 centimeters, but just keep in mind it could be different depending on your cake size. Dust your table with corn flour so it doesn't stick, and then roll out your fondant to the size of the gaps you measured. A handy tip is to use a ruler to help get straight lines. And all you need now is just a little bit of water to help stick it on. I like to kind of roll out the stripes a bit longer so you can just trim the top part and use a ruler to help make it straight. For the satisfying moment, a quick spin so you can see the stripes are nice and spaced. Next up, I'm using some Tyler's powder to make the bow tie. I'm just adding a little bit in, probably a teaspoon, and mixing it with the fondant, then a bit of corn flour. I'm rolling it out. What I'm going to do is just cut it out with a ruler to the thickness of the stripes I had, and then pinch both sides in the middle and put the ends towards the middle. You might want to add a little bit of water so it sticks as well. I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm just going to roll out a smaller stripe and then put a bit of water and paste it over. Then give it another pinch for that bow tie effect. Also, you can use the back of your knife to create little indents so it makes it look more realistic. To create a nice bow look, make sure you get some tissue, roll it up, and then just add it in the gaps of the bow tie. If you put Tyler's powder in the bow tie, it should dry within 2 to 4 hours, but if you didn't, just let it set overnight. Onto our cute little elephant topper, I've already added Tyler's powder, just rolling it into oval with a pointy tip and adding a blue piece on top. Then just the back of a paintbrush and adding in the belly button and just letting it dry on a foam piece with a toothpick on it. To create the hair, just use some grey fondant that already has Tyler's powder in it, roll it in the palm of your hands and keep rolling downwards at one end until the trunk forms. Kind of tilt the trunk upwards and use the back of the paintbrush to add the dots for the eyes. And also add dots for the trunk as well. Then some water to adhere the black sugar beads for the eyes, create detail on the trunk and add a bit of pink shimmer for the blush. and you can add the toothpick inside to secure the head onto the body. Oh, our little guy is looking so cute. In the palm of your hands, roll out a long teardrop piece to create the elephant's legs and hands, or I don't know, do they have legs and hands, or is it just like all for the body? Wait, I think it's just all legs. Now just adding in some extra details by rolling out mini circles and adding it to the legs. I'm also using a knife to help create little indents as well. Here's a really cool trick to create the ears. You literally just need 2 love heart cutters. I'm using a big one for the grey part and a small one for the blue inner part, and just pasting it on top. And all you need to do now is pinch the tip and add it on the back of the elephant's head. As a cake decorator, one of the greatest tips I would say is to have detail in your work. So go that extra mile to add little details on your cake. I'm going to add a mini bow, same steps as I did for the big bow, just so the elephant looks that extra amount of detail, and it actually looks much cuter with a little bow tie in my opinion. Just add a little bit of water to adhere the bow tie onto the cake. You might want to add it to the back of the bow tie as well, so it helps stick easier. I'm kind of just using the back of my paintbrush to help push it inwards as well. And the final part is to add our adorable little guy onto our cake. Make sure to leave the toothpick in place, because when you put on the cake, you want to make sure that it's stable as well. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this super adorable cake. Stay tuned for next week's tutorial, because I am in the mood to create something super crazy for you guys. The hint is, if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials. I'll see you soon.